Let's get started. May God forgive my damage of this book, but it was not intended to be a perfect paper book. It was intended to pass on information necessary for historical and spiritual purposes, right? So, with this in mind, it's the Holy Bible, King James Version from Kappa Books Publishers. So, if there's anything different about one that you have, then that's why. All right. Okay, so yeah, I did right. It's for the first 7 Allahs. But it says, all right, Genesis 1:1, the first book of Moses called Genesis, chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let them be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and everything, and the morning were the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together onto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind." Whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind, and God saw that it was good. I'm not sure if I read that twice, but okay. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years." So it's the third day. Yeah, so third day, morning and evening were created, and light was created. Okay. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. Okay, so now we're on the fourth day, and God said, "Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth, in the open firmament of heaven." And God created great whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, Let the earth bring forth... I hope I didn't miss anything important in that piece, but okay. God said, Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle, and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind, and it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. So it's making important that God created all these things and observed that they were good, right? Okay, so everything was good in 25. And God said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. So yeah, you eat the fruit. The fruit carries the seed, and you continuously eat from this fruit that will continue to make more trees. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein though there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. So at the sixth day, we're at chapter 2. Let's move to chapter 1 of the Holy Qur'an. But first, let's point out some things. So God created man not being a man, but being humans, but it's just referred to as man here, right? So he created male and female as man. That's mankind, or whatever we call it, but there's so many variations in legal subjects that God created man, all of man, male and female. There's some folks who talk a lot about, mention of a firmament and how that means that there's a dome above the earth and that those two just don't actually fit here, but there's a separation between us and space, or moon and sun, and the two different oceans. The two different oceans that clearly split in the sea. But yeah, the firmament here it's mentioned, but I don't really know, how much of that is. We're gonna skip past that, but that's where the people get all their little flat Earth goals and information. So, the introduction to the Holy Qur'an, the meaning of the Holy Qur'an. I'll read out the English. If you can read Arabic, then read the Arabic. In the name of Allah, the compassionate, the most merciful, praise be to Allah, Lord of the universe, and peace and prayers be upon his final prophet and messenger. Okay, so. We are being guided away from Satan, Shaitan, the devil, whatever you decide to call that being. So prefaces, let's get started. Table of contents. So chapter 1 of the Holy Qur'an is Al-Fatiha, the opening. It is pretty short, 7 lines. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, praise be to Allah, the cherisher and sustainer of the worlds. Most gracious, most merciful, master of the day of judgment, thee do we worship, and thine aid do we seek. Show us the straight way, the way of those on whom thou hast bestowed thy grace, those whose portion is not wrath, and who go not astray. All right, so I just want to be led to the goodness, to the positive, through God, away from those who are trying to mislead and away from those who are trying to create toxic, right? So in Arabic, and I'll read this piece in Arabic so that you are familiar with it. But there's the second chapter, and from there will be longer chapters. I will just be reading the English. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladhina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Ameen. So we have okay, we're starting. Yeah, so I can't flip my screens when I'm doing this, but we have covered chapter 1 in both the Holy Bible and the Holy Qur'an. I hope this gives a better understanding as to the information that actually is shared in these books, and how everything is written, scripted to have begun. I don't believe that either of these spiritual studies, these religious matters, these texts have anything to do or any intention of harming you. I believe that not clearly and objectively trying to learn the word that God is trying to teach us is, regardless of our goals or intentions in life, it's ignorant and it's self-destructive. And so to alter those words, you know what I mean, in the sense of like, instead of this message, he actually said this and that. Like, no. Now, if you refer to God as Elohim or Allah or Jehovah or whatever, then you fill in those blanks how you fill in those blanks. But it's the same being, right? You may be following a different set of policies based on, the policies that best fit you. But are they coming from somewhere of a traditional or organic, originally rooted source for us? Or are they coming from somewhere where somebody's trying to control us with that information and with a different narrative than the narrative of historically God's words? That's why this is important to me. There's going to be a lot of things that people draw out or chapters that you may see and you're like, oh, okay, this sounds like that part or that part. Take what works as far as for your understanding. Don't change nothing. But at the same time, if somebody else's, the way that they view a certain section just don't hit you the same way, it means something different to you, then, it's not, there's no need to fight or battle that. It's just an understanding. Oh, some people see it this way, I see it this way. So, so we'll be doing about a chapter at a time each book. Well, with the next chapters, it'll be a little different, because Al-Baqarah, the cow, is the second chapter of the Qur'an. It's a lot longer. It's like the longest chapter in the book. So, all that mentioned, hope you enjoyed. I'll be back soon.